trying to balance all the, life's challenges and everything and the magic. On Tuesday, October 28th, Kameron played hooky from work so we could drive up to Lake Arrowhead with the kids to celebrate our 8-year anniversary. It was pretty nice to go on a Tuesday because we pretty much had the entire village to ourselves. The only downside to it was that the miniature model train museum was not open. They're only open on Saturdays and Sundays. But we did get some lunch and we went to a beautiful park we had never been to. This park really reminded me of the parks that I grew up going to in the Pacific Northwest with a lot more natural surroundings as opposed to synthetic, and the view? Gorgeous. Kameron and I are pretty much nature junkies, so it comes as no surprise that both of our children thrive in these kind of environments. Normally the kids let us know when they're ready to leave the park, but we stayed at this park for a long time, a lot longer than any park that we generally go to. They just didn't want to leave. Friday was Halloween and I finished the kids' matching pumpkin outfits just in time. I had really wanted a cute pumpkin patch photo with these outfits, but I didn't have them finished by the time we went to the pumpkin patch, so I decided to do a little pumpkin patch photo shoot in our backyard, which Jack happily and adorably participated in. I'll be honest, we've had a lot of stressful things going on in our life the last few months. With stress comes exhaustion, so instead of trying to cram in our costume photo on Halloween, we just decided to do it during the Halloween weekend, which I'm honestly shocked we got a decent photo at all with how wild the kids have been lately. Sometimes I do not know how my mama did it, y'all. Every holiday, every birthday, any occasion really, she would make it so magical for us. And she did that for 5 kids. Granted, we weren't, all born super close together. Like, my oldest brother is about 20 years older than me. But I have been struggling this year just to do everything on time. Because I'm normally that person that does everything early. And I have been late. We didn't even do pumpkin carving. We had the pumpkins. We still have the intent. Like, we cut out our stencils to tape onto our pumpkins. But we just could not get to it this year. Having 2 toddlers is not for the weak, I'll tell you that. So I find myself wondering, how did she do it? How? I just want so much to be like her and to make their childhoods magical the way that she did. Then I started thinking, I guarantee there were places where she felt like she failed. There were places where she felt like she could have done more or done something more on time or finished something or, I guarantee she felt that way probably often, but we didn't see that as children. All we saw was like the magic, And I think that's something that I need to keep in mind when I want to create magic for my children. I need to give myself grace because that's all the kids see. They don't see the part where I feel like I have failed. Because who cares if we didn't carve pumpkins on Halloween? Oh no! We're still gonna carve them. Maybe a week after Halloween, but still we're gonna do it. And who knows, maybe we just won't. It's been hectic this year. Not just, having 2 toddlers, but a lot of crazy stuff going on. There's more. I love this. I love when people just bring their trash and dump it. But yeah, I wasn't going to talk about this until later, but we had to evict 2 tenants, and it was a very lengthy and expensive process. and one of them is finally out. He vacated on the 1st of November, so we're gonna have to go clean up the unit and try to get someone in there while evicting the neighbor, both for non-payment and destruction of property. It's been fun, and I say that with the utmost sarcasm. I don't want to get too into it. The neighbors were related. We're pretty sure they're both crackheads because of how everything looks. You know when you go to an underpass in California and you see a bunch of bicycles that have parts missing? That's the property. Those are the units. Crackhead shit. I'm gonna be testing the walls for drugs. And I'm just saying, it's sort of crackhead behavior to lose your job, then you lose your car somehow with no explanation, and then you stop paying, and then you ghost your landlord. Which is crazy because when he first moved in, he was, you know, normal. It was always paying on time. Everything was great. And yeah. So things have been really tight for us since the summertime. It's been really tight, which has been stressful. But we're finally coming out the other side, and it's going to be good. Gotta love a bottle of piss on the side of the road. When we first moved here, the neighborhood was not bad at all. Never saw all this crap on the side of the road. I just, like, why? Why? Like, literally, why? I don't get it. We moved out of Los Angeles to get away from this kind of stuff. And now it just seems like it's, you know, pushing further east. Everyone's escaping east, and then the riffraff follows. Yeah, our walks did not look like this even a year ago. Sorry, random side conversation, I know. I think the sides of the road were just reminding me of our tenants. We've just been going through this, you know, extremely stressful and financially straining situation while trying to make sure our children don't feel the impact of that emotionally or, you know, financially, while still trying to give them the magical childhood that they deserve. And I guess I'm talking about this because I know it's really easy to compare our lives to one another's and to have that grass is greener syndrome. I mean, I've had plenty of people think that my life is just, you know, magical now that I have kids. But the truth is, even if things look magical from an outside perspective, like, everyone has their shit. You know, everybody has stuff in their life that's hard. I mean, we've had those thoughts ourselves, like, why did we get into this? Why are we doing this? This sucks. But ultimately, it's going to grow us. It's going to grow us. And we're learning something from this. Just like we learned something from the loss of our daughter. It was horrible and it still is, but we learned and we grew from it. And that is why I try my hardest to remain positive even when things are hard. We actively seek out joy because we can't do that. We cannot curl up with negativity or grief. And I'm saying that as somebody who did that for the majority of my life. I curled up with negativity. I curled up with mental illness. I curled up with my negative circumstances, and I let it consume me. Yeah, I can completely acknowledge that the circumstances are, you know, not exactly ideal, but I think our power lies in the fact that we are refusing to allow it to steal our joy or to harden our hearts, or, you know, I'm not going to surrender to being the person that I once was for the majority of my life. Because if I do that, then I'm not going to be the best example I can possibly be for my children. I'm not going to be the best mom that I can be for my children. And that's not to say I'm gonna go fully toxic positivity. You know, I'm not going to be good vibes only. But I will do what is necessary to protect not only my peace, but my family's peace. I feel like this vlog just got like super serious all of a sudden. I wanted it to be a little bit more lighthearted and fun with all the holiday stuff, but that's reality, man. You know, trying to balance all the, you know, life's challenges and everything and the magic with your family. It's been a wild ride. We may or may not do some content of us, you know, fixing up the unit. The one tenant that vacated got most of his stuff out. There's still a bunch of trash in the yard though, so we'll see what that looks like. Anyway, I'm gonna walk back home and get some breakfast for the strays and for my family. Talk to y'all again soon. Bye.